How you doing, everyone? Back on the road, this time to San Luis Obispo. And I'm gonna really love this trip. I'm gonna go down and see Race SLO and Land Conservancy of San Luis Obispo for a big Trails of Motion Film Festival at the Octagon barn. And this is a fundraiser. We're gonna have special guest tonight, Wally Hesseltine. He actually stars in one of the films, 30 Hours, that we have in this year's tour. So it's really going to be exciting to chat with Wally again. Yeah, it's about a 4-hour trip. Got a little bit of driving ahead, and I'm going to keep things kind of on the heavier side. Got a little Robin Trower kicking in from 1974. Kind of keep me awake. So a few stops along the way, and catch up with you soon. All right, let's do this one. This is it, the site of Trails in Motion Film Festival, San Luis Obispo. This is the Octagon barn. Of course, you can see it's empty right now. Look at this. What a setup. So we got about 100 people coming tonight. I'm going to fill up these seats right here. Get my screen all set up shortly. What a great venue. Fully restored. We're almost there. Still need a floor, but hey, we can handle it. Okay, this is Rob
DeGraff
from the Land Conservancy
Board of Trustees. The Octagon barn 25 years ago was literally falling down. The roof was caving in. It was about to collapse. And the Land Conservancy is 30 years old, and so early members of the Land Conservancy saw this historic structure about to collapse, and they said, we need to save it. And so over the last 20 years, mostly with sweat equity from volunteers and donors, we have restored the building to better than its condition, certainly when we got our hands on it.
Well, that's awesome. I'm going to just do a little pan here and kind of move around and show everybody what this room looks like. There you have the opening up there to the the cupola.
Yeah.
Okay. You can see that we still have this beautiful open beam ceiling here. Are you going to keep that intact?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
That has been restored.
Oh, okay. That's all new then.
Yeah. Well, some of it's original timbers and some of it's new timbers that were brought in to replace ones that had rotted. So.
Well, you've done an excellent job, and thanks for having Trails in Motion down here. We really appreciate it.
I'm with the Land Conservancy of San Luis Obispo County, and we're here at the Octagon barn for Trails in Motion.
Oh, well, thank you. Thanks for having us. I really appreciate it. Now, what's the mission here tonight? What are we trying to do?
We are really excited to partner with Race Slow for a trail run this September. So we are hosting Trails in Motion to kind of highlight the partnership with the Land Conservancy and trail running.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for having us down here. Appreciate it. Got to have popcorn at your movies here. Here we go. Hi, hello. Plenty of popcorn. Let me grab a bag while I'm here. How are you tonight? How's everybody going? Thank you for being here. There we go. Land Conservancy booth. I already talked to them. How are you? There's our guest of honor right there, Mr. Wally Hesseltine, standing right there. How you doing, Wally? Cheers. How are you? Yeah. Our wine table and our beer table. Or our beer table. There we go. I'm surprised there aren't more people standing around this thing right now, Yeah, it's all right. They'll be around. Of course, they're all over where the food is. That's right. What are you doing? Thanks for being here. Thanks for coming, everyone. I'll go up here to my area of operations. That's where I'm going to be working from right here tonight. It's almost showtime now. This place has really started to fill up. I host the Trails of Motion Film Festival, mainly in the Bay Area, but I've expanded and I've been lucky enough to come down here to San Luis Obispo. This is my second time, and you guys really have a great place. The community is awesome, and we all love running. Who's a runner here? All right, great. So just a little history about this film festival. So I saw this photo here on Facebook one morning, and I saw Trails in Motion Film Festival. I saw this guy. That's James Hallett. He's actually the founder of the tour. It started in South Africa, so it became a mission of mine to find a way to get this film festival to San Francisco. So we worked on it online, and it's been a great relationship. They do work. We got it to San Francisco, and I did a show for about 250 people. I had no idea what I was doing, getting myself into, but it was so successful that I've turned it into, I was the first one to take it internationally, and I now tour with it probably about 14 shows. And I do Denver, go up to Orcas Island in Washington, but again, mainly Bay Area, Lake Tahoe. So I saw that, we got the show started, and now we do probably about 130 shows globally in about 30 different countries. So you can see not only how film and outdoor sports, and especially ultra running and trail, has grown. This whole sport is just exploding, and a lot of us love running these long distances. Now, who's run 50 miles? Who doesn't run? Okay. Well, all right. So part of the thing we like to do with these films is, bring some inspiration. You'll watch these films and they're so well done. We hope that at some point in time, you might sign up for the Wild Cherry Ultra we have coming up, right? That's coming up, and take on that half maybe, or step it up on the 50 miler. Why not? We did it. It was my first 50 miler, and I had a great time. So the show is 9 films this year. We are very fortunate tonight to have a film called 30 Hours. And it's about a man here who's here tonight in our audience. Wally, say hello. All right. Thank you very much for coming tonight, Wally. So this is a really great film. You're all going to love it. And we'll bring up some questions and answers with Wally at the end of the show. So enjoy these movies, and again, I hope you get some inspiration and get out there and hit some trails. Okay, enjoy. I'm going to hand it over to Samantha.
I would think, except for Wally and his family. We do produce the Slow Ultra and the Slow MTB, which are coming up, a new mountain bike race, September 9th and 10th in private Wild Cherry Canyon. We also produce the Marathon and the Half, the Slow Grand Fondo, and we're working on a new event for the California Military Department called the Warrior Trail Run. And we do lots of other cool things. So I hope you guys will get to know who Race Slow is and participate with us in any capacity you want, including volunteering. We need those as well. We're super stoked to partner with Trails in Motion. This is the second time we've done it. We also sponsor films at the film festival every year. Very big fan of anything in the documentary space around athleticism. I feel like it's a critical part of the movement, getting people inspired and getting them to understand and hear the human stories behind this. It's not superhumans that do these things. It's real people just like you and I, including myself. I started from zero. And that's how we all start. So we'd really like to hope that something in these films speaks to you. I'm sure that they will many times. And you do get inspired to do something different, challenge yourself. We have partnered with Running Warehouse, of course, and in particular the Land Conservancy of San Luis Obispo. Very near and dear to my heart and our company's heart. They are the beneficiary of the Slow Ultra. And we like to support them on a year-round basis, including with events like this. So if you guys don't know who they are and you haven't found out about their magnificent contribution to San Luis Obispo County in the outdoor space, you're going to hear more from Lauren on that. But I really can't urge you enough to become a member and contribute beyond tonight to make sure that we can continue to use these trails and these outdoor spaces and the places that we love. Enjoy yourselves. And here's Tara from the Rolling Warehouse.
Thank you all so much for being here. As you know, I represent Running Warehouse. I work in the retail store. I see a lot of familiar faces here, so it's great to see. Those of you that don't know us, we are the finest running store in the world. But you don't have to live on the East Coast to shop with us. You can just come on down to Suburban Road. That's where we're located. So we don't only cater to hardcore runners. We cater to people that just want to find joy in walking, running, hiking, whatever it is you do. We're going to help you out. We're going to help you find the right shoes. But not only do we sell a lot of cool stuff and have the best selection in the world, we are very passionate about contributing to events like this in San Luis Obispo, and we're trying to do it more globally as well. So this is something that I'm also very passionate about, is supporting our local trails, our local open spaces, helping to develop this area to make San Luis Obispo a more healthy place to live for all of us. So thank you all for being here. You are all supporting it as well, and just spread the word. There's so much we can do to make this place great. So thank you. And here's Lauren from the Land Conservancy.
Thanks, Tara. Well, we are just so thrilled to be hosting all of you here tonight. I am Lauren. I'm the development manager for the Land Conservancy, and just wanted to give a quick thank you to all of our volunteers tonight, our staff from all three of our organizations. And if you are in the audience and you are a Land Conservancy member or a volunteer or a trail docent, please just raise your hand so we can acknowledge all of your support. And we could not do this without all of you. This is really how we're able to do what we do, and really what that is we are your local land trust in San Luis Obispo County. We have been around since 1984, and we work to preserve open space for the benefit of people and wildlife. We do that a lot of different ways, and I could share a million stories with you, but I really want to focus on is that we work so that we can have that connection with nature. We work with local landowners and ranchers who want to preserve their land to be in perpetuity, basically preserved so that it's not going to be developed for generations to come. And what that really means is we get to preserve a way of life we have on the Central Coast that is so special. And I think now more than ever, we know how important it is to have that connection with nature and to really value getting outdoors and what that does for us on so many levels. I am so inspired by this trail series. I cry like a baby every time I see them, so I'm glad to be talking now and not at the end. But it's really moving to see people just like you and I. They're inspired and they push beyond limits that we really can't even fathom unless we've been on the trails ourselves, unless we've run that race. And that's what this is about, is just getting outside ourselves and being part of a bigger picture that connects all of us. And we get to do that at the Land Conservancy every day. So I want to speak just to a couple opportunities you have to get involved if this is the first time you've met any of our staff or been inside this incredible, kind of unique, weird, dirty Octagon barn. This is a labor of love, but we also have the Pismo Preserve, which is an open space in Pismo overlooking the ocean, and we are working to get that open to the public. Our open date is at the end of 2018, but we are hosting discovery days throughout the summer, so those are open access days for you to get out there. Jamie Bell is our outreach coordinator. She's right there. We're going to have more information and details of how that works. You can mountain bike or hike with friends and family on your own. We also have hosted mountain bike rides and hikes that you can join us on if you'd like to be led. So there are opportunities that we're really looking to connect with all of you if you have not already joined us. And then I would just like to speak to the Octagon barn. This barn was built in 1906. It was a functioning dairy barn, and it's one of 2 barns in all of California that has 8 sides. It's still standing. When the Land Conservancy got involved with this project, it was falling down. Literally, the roof was caving in. And it's about 20 years that we have spent blood, sweat, and tears putting into this, and that's because we've had the most amazing volunteers and long-term supporters of this project. We are closer than ever. I'm sure you were wondering what was happening in the parking lot when you were asked to park, and there's all this weird construction. We are literally breaking ground, and we plan to have this center open to the public by 2018. So there are some renderings. I'm not going to take up any more time talking, but if you want to learn more about this project, we are closer than ever, but we have a little bit farther to go, and it's because of all the support that we're here tonight. This is going to be a community gathering place for all of us. It'll be the future trailhead for the Bob Jones Trail when it connects. And what this really means is we get to preserve a part of history, but we get to put a little creative spin on it and have it be something that we can all use and enjoy together, and we can all come together as a community. So thank you for being here with us tonight. We're going to hit the lights. I'm sure you're dying to have us stop talking and enjoy these amazing trails, but thank you, all of you. Your ticket tonight is supporting this project, so it means a lot to have all of you here, and I'm really glad. It's going to get a little bit cooler, going to get nice and cozy, and we hope you enjoy. We'll see you after the film.
One thing it says in that film is that I took someone's place, and I actually did not take that person's place because he had 2 tickets. He had won 2 lottery tickets, and unfortunately, he also DNF'd. And then Gunhild, the other 70-year-old, I was with her really right up until the time I got to the cutoff. She was a little ahead there, but I was starting to think that we were calling it way too close, and she actually made it by a minute, and I missed it by about a minute. But then she didn't make the next one, and so it was true that to navigate that the way we did made it awful hard. Nevertheless, I want to do it again. Mainly because I think I can do it, and I'd like to be the oldest finisher ever. So I'm going to keep trying, and if I don't get in, then I'll do other things. So I am in 100 now, another 100 in October, and I look forward to getting back on that track. It's been a couple of years since I completed one. So if anyone wants to ask me any questions, I'll be happy to answer anything you want to answer, but we've seen a lot of films. I love that one about Bob Hayes.
It's great. Yeah.
That was a great film.
Anybody has a question?
What's your running schedule? How do you train?
Well, I pretty much train, what I always like is 60 miles a week, 6 days a week, take 1 day off. And so I train kind of like you would for a marathon, I'd say. With the exception that when you're an ultra marathoner, we do what are called back-to-backs. So we do long runs on both Saturday and Sunday, oftentimes. And I call a long run 18 miles. So oftentimes I'll do an 18 and a 30 or some combination like that.
Where do you run?
I run I live in the Bay Area, in Lafayette, California, which is east of Oakland. So I run a lot in the hills behind Oakland, in Briones, and also at Mount Diablo. We have a group up there called Team Diablo. So I do some running in Mount Diablo, and then I run everywhere. Because I'm very proud of this 1 race a month, and of course it sort of owns me. So, and then on July 4th, I went and did a 5K, and that felt harder than 100 miles. But, so I always do 1 race a month, and so next month I'm doing a 50K in Massachusetts, actually.
All right.
And then I'm going to do another run in September that I'm not exactly sure where, although I have heard about this 50-miler here, and then I'm going to do the 100 in October. Yes.
Do you have a special diet or supplements that you use?
Well, I don't use supplements, but yes, I refer to myself as a quasi-vegetarian, and what that means, is that we don't meet at home, but I love to have a steak now and then. And so I guess it means that I only eat meat now and then when I want to, but I don't eat a lot of meat. I really believe in a vegetarian diet, plant-based diet. Yes.
How do you pick which races you run in?
Well,
do you do something you haven't done before?
Yeah, I like to do something I haven't done before. One of the things I'm doing now is I've done like 26 states, so I'm sort of have my eye on doing one in every state. That's why I'm going to Massachusetts. Even though I've done Boston Marathon, I haven't done an ultra marathon there. So I'm going to pick off a few states, and I just pick different races. I've done Angeles Crest 5 times. Really like it. That's in Los Angeles. Mantra is, I love that saying that they say about states is that if you feel too good, don't worry, it's not going to last. But yeah, mainly you have to be used to ups and downs. And you're going to get down, but if you can just keep going, or if something hurts, then if you give it the big ignore, as I call it, then something else will hurt, and then that thing will feel pretty good. And, so you just have to keep going, kind of like some of these films said. It's not long before you're back in the deal and you're doing pretty good again. If you can put it into the running motion, for example. As ultra runners, we do a bunch of walking on the ups, and so you just accept that. But then you try to do better if it's flat, and then you try to do better when it turns down. Then you try to make up some time, that sort of thing. Yes.
Any races still on your bucket list?
Oh yes. I have a whole bunch of, like I say, for one thing I kind of like to do the states again. And I do want to do Western States again, so I'm going to be trying to get in any way I can. And but there's a whole bunch of races that I want to do. Yes.
What's your favorite support moment with your wife?
The favorite what again?
Support moment with your wife.
Well, my wife has been my crew chief at the hundreds, and I tried not to bother her too much at the other ones. I think that the concept with your wife is that and she'll notice this, that I'll come into an aid station and I'm pretty sociable. I'll be like everything's okay. But to her, I kind of want to complain. I want to tell her how bad it is, But yes, she has been there with me, and I couldn't do it without her. So. But very good.
Trails in Motion Film Festival, San Luis Obispo, was a success. I'm on my way home right now. I'm somewhere, I think, around Soledad. Oh, what a beautiful night. And I want to thank everyone involved. Race SLO, Land Conservancy of San Luis Obispo, and the Running Warehouse. And my friend Kimball Bartley for showing me the beautiful trails around Montana de Oro. We had a beautiful 22-mile run today, and it was awesome. So anyway, in closing, here you go. Check out the sunset. Looking forward to another show. My next stop, August 5th, Sunnyvale, California. All right, now take care. Where are we going?
Oats Peak.
Oats Peak. Okay. So she's got me climbing up some goddamn hill here.
Oh, where we been?
It's pretty. So we were over there. Ran up that one.
It's under the phone.
That is beautiful. And then Wild Cherry over that way. Okay. Back to running. Here we are. Oh, I thought we were at the top.